ग्रुप डिस्कशन एंड गांधी जी के बारे में वी आर सेलिब्रेटिंग। ये विभिन्न तरह का गांधी जी जो है हम लोग का जो है सो सबसे पहले फादर ऑफ नेशन बापू का उपाधि नेताजी दिए थे सुभाष चंद्र बोस। सो उनका जो है सो जन्मदिन जो है सो 2 अक्टूबर 1869 को हुआ था। और ये इसी से वे उनका विपन्स क्या था, ट्रूथ एंड नॉन वायलेंस। वही उसी के सहारे से जो है सो पूरा देश को आज़ाद दिलाए। तो इसी शुभ अवसर पर हम लोग जो है सो 2 अक्टूबर को नॉन वायलेंस डे इंडिया में ही नहीं मनाया जाता बल्कि वर्ल्ड में मनाया जाता है। 2 अक्टूबर वेरी अहिंसा दिवस भी बोल सकते हैं जो भी। तो सबसे पहले गांधी जी जो इतना लाठी लेकर के ये जो भी मतलब अपना देश के लिए किए, तो सबसे बहुत कोटि कोटि उनको प्रणाम करता हूँ। जैसे हमारे देश में वीर एक से एक वीर निकला है, तो वेरी वेरी थैंक्स। मतलब जो जो भी देशवासी है या गांधी जी को विभिन्न तरह का बात सब बोलता है, ऐसा नहीं है। गांधी जी देश के लिए बहुत कुछ अच्छा काम करके गए और जैसे हमको आज आज़ादी मिले, एक बैरिस्टर बने। उसके बाद उनका जन्म जैसे पोरबंदर गुजरात में हुए। तो उसी पर जैसे डिस्कशन करेंगे। और ये डिस्कशन जो है उनका हिंद स्वराज बुक, उसके बाद जो है विभिन्न तरह का नाम सब जो है जगजीवन, उसके बाद द एक्सपेरिमेंट ऑफ माई ट्रूथ ऑफ इन लाइफ। तो ये सब जितना सारा चीज़ है वो गांधी जी के लिए वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो ये जो बुक सब है वह नॉन कॉर्पोरेशन 1920, उसके बाद सिविल डिसऑबीडियंस जिसको दांडी मार्च भी बोलते हैं, वह जो है सो कितना 1930 में। उसके बाद 1932 में पुनः पैक्ट अम्बेडकर उनके बीच में। उसके बाद गांधी इरा, गांधी जी कब आए तो टॉल्स्टॉय फार्म साउथ अफ्रीका से 9 जनवरी 1915 को आए थे। और उनका इंडिया में फर्स्ट सत्याग्रह कहाँ पे तो हुआ था, तो चंपारण बिहार में हुआ था राजकुमार शुक्ल से। तो ये सब करने के बाद जो है सो आज़ादी और क्विट इंडिया मूवमेंट लास्ट में बोले 1942 में। और वे जो क्रिप्स मिशन आया था उसको डेड चेक बोले। तो और गांधी जी का मेन डिफेंस हमेशा याद रखना है, ट्रूथ एंड नॉन वायलेंस। और वे हमेशा बोलते थे जो ट्रूथ, जहाँ पे सच्चाई है वहीं पे ईश्वर का निवास है। उनका बहुत सारा बात सब अभी भी याद है, जैसे कि झूठ नहीं बोलना, कभी झूठ नहीं बोलना। देशवासियों को हमेशा संबोधित किए जो मुझको झूठ नहीं बोलना चाहिए। लेकिन तब पर भी अभी विभिन्न तरह का पॉलिटिशियन ये जो भी ये कर रहा है, तो कुछ कुछ बात हम जानता हूँ कोई भी सब सच नहीं बोलता है, लेकिन सच बोलना भी ज़रूरी है कभी कभी। और जब सच बोलते हैं तो कुछ ना कुछ अंदर से आत्मा आता है जो मैं आज सच बोल रहा हूँ। तो सच बोलना भी एक बहुत बड़ा कला है। तो थैंक यू सभी से। मैं मेरा जो यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट है वे बहुत सारा प्रिपेयर करके आया है, नोट्स भी स्पीच भी देगा। तो जो भी है 10 5 लाइन 20 लाइन, तो जो भी मेरे प्यारे यहाँ पे जो यूट्यूब पर देख रहे हैं, तो ये अंत तक देखते रहिए। इट्स अ वेरी वाइटल, प्रत्येक एग्जाम में काम आएगा। ओके, सो लेट स्टार्ट with the first we'll say Krishna. So first of all, you have to say about Gandhi Ji, the all the revolt in a short you have to say.
Yes,
Okay.
Hello guys. So today is Mahatma Gandhi 154th birth anniversary. He was born on 2nd October 1869 in Porbandar, which is also known as Sudamapuri in previous time. His full name was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, and he studied in Gujarat primary schools, and in 1818 he went to England for law studies after passing the matriculous examination with their parents' help. And before going to London, he was married with Kusturma Gandhi in 1883, and at the age of 13 years. And after studying 3 years in London, he qualified barristery, and then he come back to India in 1891 and uh, take part in courts and high courts of Gujarat, but he loses maximum cases, so he irritated with it and left it. Then he also joined some primary schools as a teacher and educated them. But the student of the primary schools were rejected him by some problems. Then he established a factory with the help of his fathers. Sometime later it also be not succeed. Then one day his father's friend, that is Abdullah Bhai, came from
Yeah,
South
yeah,
Africa.
okay, very nice. But we have to say
Yes, sir. I
his
also
movement.
yes, I also say
Okay, yeah,
movement,
yeah.
but so he went to South Africa with Abdullah Bhai, and where he started two satyagraha. That is first with Rang Bhang, that is Black Act movement. He won in 1907. Then he was awarded with two medal, that is uh, Bhogra and Kullu
Yeah,
by
very
the
nice,
by
nice.
the
Yeah.
British. And when he come back to India in 9 January 1915, it is also remarked as a non-residential day for Indians. And in India, he first meet with his social political guru, that is Ram Gopal Krishna Gokhale. And he first his guru said first absorb the condition of the India. So he take 1 year to absorb all the condition, and then he meet with Rajkumar Shukla in the Lucknow Pact conference, where Rajkumar Shukla say about the Tin Kathia movement of Bihar. So he request him to please solve the problem. So he went to Champaran in 1917 and started a movement against the Three Kathia movement. And then he was on, and British has to give all the taxes return to the farmers. Then he also started Khera movement and Gujarat mill strike in 1918. And after that he also started 19 May, that means in Khilafat movement. The in three successive uh, successful in satyagraha make him icon for all the peoples of India. Next is first massive movement, that is non-cooperation movement, started in 1920 with a massive of 50,000 people, all artisan farmers, and all were boycotted the British government policies. And it was not successful because Chori Chora accident happened in Gorakhpur at 4 February 1922. Then Mahatma Gandhi also started after few times, that is non Quit India movement in 1942, and gave a slogan, uh, "Do or Die." And some books of Mahatma Gandhi was Jag Jeevan, Guide to London, My Experiment in Truth, and many more. And his most powerful weapon, that is truth and non-violence. With the help of this, he won the freedom of India from the British rule in 15th August 1947. And he was shooted on the 13th Jan 1948 by the Nathuram Godse. So thank.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. You have you have given the speech on birthday of Gandhi Jayanti. So very very God bless you. Okay. Now next, गांधी जी का कब जन्म हुआ था?
सर गांधी जी का जन्म 2 अक्टूबर 1869।
तो
गांधी
तो 2 अक्टूबर कहाँ पे जन्म हुआ था?
गुजरात पोरबंदर का।
तो वे आज कौन सा दिवस मनाया जाता है?
गांधी गांधी जयंती।
और अहिंसा दिवस भी मनाया जाता है। ठीक है, ये इंडिया में ही नहीं पूरा वर्ल्ड में मनाया जाता है। ठीक है, ओके। तो गांधी जी क्या बोले थे, सच बोलो या झूठ बोलो? तो क्या सच तुम बोलते हो? कोशिश करता हूँ और कोशिश करूँगा। ठीक है, ओके। टेल मी समथिंग, some book name of Gandhi ji.
My Experiment of Truth, Jag Jeevan, Flight to London, and many more.
So when was the Gandhi was born?
2 October,
2nd
Second
October.
October, 2nd October 1869 at Porbandar in Gujarat.
So do you like Gandhi?
Yes, I am.
So which thing you like Gandhi ji?
Because of his idea to speak only truth and non-violence, which is very effectful.
So right now, even someone give you 2 slaps, what will you do? Because Gandhiji said, if you give 1 slap, so we have to tolerate. So what can you do?
Sir, 1 slap I will tolerate. 2nd slap I will tolerate. If he tries to give me 3rd slap, I will not tolerate anymore. I will give him a slap.
Okay. So today is a Gandhi Ji birthday. So you have to keep in mind what is his role in Indian national movement. So it's a very important. Thank you. God bless you. Okay. Next, Satyam. So in a short, you have to explain as a UPSC candidate. You have to say about Gandhi Ji.
Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was born on 2nd October 1869 in Porbandar in the princely state of Kathiawar in Gujarat. His father was a Diwan of the Gujarat. Having studied law in England, he went to the South Africa in 1893 and in 1894 he founded the Natal Indian Congress in South Africa, and in 1904 he started Indian Opinion and also founded the Phoenix Farm in Durban. In 1910 he founded the famous Tolstoy Farm, and uh, he came to India in on 9th Jan 1915, and first 2 years he toured the India and see the condition of the masses. Then after in 1917 he was uh, persuaded by the Rajkumar Shukla, cultivator of uh, Bihar, Champaran district, to
Inspired by him, and he went to Champaran and started movement. That is
started the Champaran movement and won the first movement. Second, in 1980, Kheda movement and Ahmedabad milk strike also he won. And in 1920, he started non-cooperation movement. And in 1992, he called off the movement because of the Chori Chora incident.
1992.
Yes.
1992. Yes.
So
Okay.
1922, and therefore in 1924 he became the first and the last president of ILC in the Belgaum session, and in 1931 he goes for the second round table conference, and in 1932 also Pune Pact, also called the Gandhi Ambedkar Pact, happened, and in 1940 he launched the Quit India movement with the slogan of "Do or Die." That means we have either free the India or died for the India. So, so, so in 1940 and in 1947, with the efforts of Mahatma Gandhi, India became independence. And in 1942, he was shot died by the shot died by Nathuram Godse with the head arm in his lips. The famous books of Mahatma Gandhi's were My Experiment with Truth, Peace, The Third Class of the Indian Railways, and Jagjivan, Indian Opinion, uh, and
Means
Bhagavad Gita by the Mahatma Gandhi, and also that's
many more.
many
Many
more.
more.
Thank you.
So he is said always Raghupat Raghav Raja Ram Pati ki
His
Pawan
famous
Sita
song.
Ram. So in the he said all the gods are ones. So इसमें जैसे ये बताना चाह रहे हैं जो ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम, यहाँ पे जो हम लोग जो लड़ रहे हैं तो क्या लड़ना सही है?
No sir.
चाहे वो हिंदू हो या मुस्लिम हो या क्रिश्चियन हो, जो भी हो। तो ये जो गांधी जी जो बोले थे छोटा मोटा बात नहीं था। तो इस पर हमको मतलब शांति में ही हम पहले ही बोले थे जो शांति में गॉड का मतलब ईश्वर का निवास होता है। थैंक यू, गॉड ब्लेस यू, हैव यू गिवन द नाइस स्पीच। ओके, नाउ यू कम टू द पॉइंट, यू हैव टू से गांधी जी।
He was born on 2nd October 1869, Porbandar at Gujarat in India. He he was he go to England and go to England and study London and for studying law.
Don't be hesitated. Whatever you know, you have to say.
He returned to India 9 Jan 1940, 9 Jan 1940, and he started some movement. His first movement are Champaran. It was
When Champaran movement took place?
1917.
Okay, non-corporation movement?
1920 to 1922.
Dandi March.
Gandhi March, 1930.
Okay.
1930.
Quit India movement.
Quit India Movement, 1942.
So,
He
okay.
he
Okay.
say the slogan of ye do or die.
Do or die. So very nice. And who is your favorite personality icon in India?
Sir, sorry, Virat Kohli.
Yeah, Virat Kohli. So what is his main point? Why do you like him so much?
Sir, because he plays cricket very nicely for his cover drive.
So many persons, Sachin Tendulkar, all drive MS Dhoni. Also. Something we have to different say. Cover drive. Every player.
Sir, he was a
No, you have to when say he has. Listen, he has proved that 13,000 runs and many more century. So that's why I like him and he played very well. You have to give the reason. I like him. Why?
Why you like him?
Yeah. Okay.
Don't
Yeah.
like him.
Okay. Nice.
You love him.
Okay. Now next, Mangesh.
I will.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Sir,
Just historically, as well as the you have to say to the point.
sir, Gandhi Ji. We know Gandhi Ji as the name of Gandhi Ji, but his real name was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He was born on 2nd October 1869 in the state of Gujarat at the place of Porbandar. And sir, he was an Indian lawyer, anti-nationalist and anti-nationalist. Yeah.
Don't laugh because of Gandhi Jayanti. You have to politely say. So,
Sir,
it's-
anti-colonial nationalist.
Okay,
Anti-colonial
yes,
nationalist.
yes.
And he was very much. He was a very clever man, that he played a very important political role in the uh, pre-independence era. Pre-independence era. He was he was invited by his political teacher Gopal Krishna Gokhale to come to India to
Participate in the Indian
the,
Revolution.
participate in the mass movements. So as per him request,
His request.
he came and started many movements. Like first movement he gained a very much mass, that was a Champaran movement in 1917, and second was Kheda, and it was happens in Gujarat. So by the way, I can explain the Champaran movement. That Champaran was only the movement against the uh,
Britisher. Against the Britisher.
no sir, indigo planters.
Yeah.
According to the British rules, the farmers had to cultivate the third part in one kattha. A person has to cultivate in 1 bigha or kattha, I don't know, in 3 or 1
3 by 20.
yeah, 1 bigha, 3 kattha has to be cultivated with indigo. And Gandhi ji came and protested against this. Next, the most mass gaining movement of Gandhiji was non-cooperation movement. That was 99.99% successfully, but the incident of Choda Chodi, this movement was totally avoided by Gandhiji, because Gandhiji, as we know that Gandhiji was an Pujari of Gandhiji always support non-violence, and he never goes with violent. So he annulled the movement of non-cooperation. But
Later,
later in the year 1930, he also started a new movement, that was a civil disobedience movement. It was the main motive was to free India from the Britishers, but they have a clue for this movement happens. That was the salt tax.
the salt tax. He opposed
Salt
the
was not made by the Indians. That's why break the rules. Okay.
yeah. So he protested against this system. That's why he gained a very major mass, and he was also success. But according to Britishers, according to British, no, according to the historians, the Gandhi was annulled this movement because of the demand of the Britishers that you free you will free from sometimes they will leave our country for few days for next few days we will leave, but the Britishers don't do that and opposes the Gandhiji, and Gandhiji was totally shocked that how it will happen. So later he also started after the in the during the Second World War, he started the movement of Quit India. Started movement of Quit India movement, that he gave a slogan that do or die, करो या मरो, करेंगे या मरेंगे. So his motive was that to do all the peoples of India should do anything for their country free. So he started this movement, and from elsewhere, I think no thing only from elsewhere, Subhash Chandra Bose was also creating the army in 1943. He reached Singapore and created and established the Azad Hind Force that was later commanded by Rasbihari Bose, and Gandhiji thought, if I will not do I will not
Do the
only-
Quit India movement, the title and all the credit will be
all
go
the
to
credit
the.
goes to the Subhash Chandra Bose. So he done the very many jobs in priority basis. So later Subhash Chandra Bose, we hear that
Misfortunately, he plane crash. He was died.
he was died. So
So all credit will be given to the Gandhiji.
So later Gandhiji will be become the father of nation, and because of his prominent works, we also remembered from in future for 100 years, 1,000 years, and lakh years. Thank you.
So okay, so if you will be PM, suppose I want to question, if you will be PM, so suppose in Parliament I have holiday, just national holiday. So 2nd October, you will close or do you,
No, sir, I will open. I thought, sir, it will holiday will happen only one day, that not the day of Sunday. It will happen on Tuesday.
oh.
I will change the full motive of this country, because, sir, Sunday I don't think there is a holiday. Britishers also started.
No,
this-
no, not Sunday. 2nd October.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm coming to the topic, sir.
Oh.
Sir, because Britishers, they know Britishers uh,
Has a motive and decided the Sunday. That's why we are doing
That's why
the
we are doing
Sunday.
it. So first I have to change this, and came to the Tuesday day letter, and we only I thought that 62 holidays we are given in our school. All the
And many festivals
many
more.
festivals here, festivals we can give the holiday, because student has also a life, so he can also
And our Indian culture is also a
yeah.
identity.
So, but I will not give the holiday on 2nd October, 23rd January, 12th January, because I assure the students to come in our school and
Celebrate. Only celebrate.
Celebrate not. We will show the students how the we will show the movie on that day.
Yeah,
That's why-
movie. That means celebration is also.
celebration. So how the role in our country.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So next, Shankar, tell me in a short, 5 minutes maximum. You have to say about Gandhi, because many students has.
say in just 2 minutes.
Okay, as
अरे
you.
बोलो ही मत ना, गांधी जी बोल के छोड़ दो.
No. You have to say
Yes, sir.
5 minutes. You can take the time if you have time. You can speech, no problem.
Mahatma Gandhi, real name was, Mahatma Gandhi full name was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He was born on 2nd of October 1869 in Porbandar, Gujarat. His father's name was Karamchand Gandhi, and his mother name was Putli Bai. His father
His
was
spouse, wife name was
Kasturba
Kasturba
Gandhi.
Gandhi.
His father was a Diwan, a minister of Gujarat, and
How many sons?
he have four sons: Ramdas, Devdas, Manilal, Harilal.
Yeah, Harilal, Manilal, Devdas, Ramlal. Okay.
He he completed his
Primary education
in
in
India, and then he all the way up to England for education of law. Uh, in year of 1959, date of 9 Jan, on the request of Gopal Krishna Gokhale, who was the political teacher of Gandhi Ji, came to India, and he first started a movement named Champaran in the 1917, and again in 1918 in Gujarat he started a Khera movement, and again in 1920 he started a non-corporation movement, which last ends up to 1922. Again in 1930 he started civil disobedience movement, and then after in 1942 he started Quit India movement and gave two slogans, Kado Ya Mado and Bharat Chodo.
yeah. Quit India means Bharat Chodo. Okay.
His some books name was Jag Jeevan, Guide to London, My Experiment with Truth, Peace, and many books.
Okay. So one line you have to say which statement or which line do you like Gandhiji?
Kado Ya Mado.
Karo Yamado.
Yes, yes.
So okay, so that's why you, as a student,
Yes, sir.
you have to do or die. That means
Yes,
you have to fight against the educations and you have to. Okay, Karo. That means you are extremist, not a moderate.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Now yes. Now you tell me. Hari Om. Just. Yeah,
Mahatma
silent.
Gandhi was born on 2nd October 1869 in Gujarat, Porbandar. His father name was Karamchand Gandhi and his mother name was Kasturba Gandhi.
Why are you laughing?
Putli Bai. His wife name was Kasturba Gandhi. He has four sons. Name is Ramdas, Ramdas, Devdas, Manilal or Harilal.
Okay.
His father was a Diwan minister of Gujarat, and he go to London.
He went because we are explaining past tense. So we went to London.
To education of law in London, and he come back in India in 9 January 1915. His first movement in Africa is Kalagola movement, and his ashram
Tolstoy Pharma.
Tolstoy farm, and in 1916 Champaran Satyagraha, 1917 Champaran Satyagraha in Bihar, and ashram name was Sabarmati Ashram, and 1918 Khera movement, 1920 non-cooperation movement. And 1950 Namak Satyagraha, and 1942 Quiet India movement, and the slogan was given Karo Ya Maro.
Do or die. Okay, nice. Okay. So you and just yeah. You can also take the notes and you can say, oh no problem. First you say.
Yes, sir.
Take the notes also, no problem. Yeah, you can. Loudly.
Mahatma Gandhi was born on October 2, 1869 in Porbandar, India. Struggled and lived out dreams he valued of fired free India from British oppression. All his life he was guided by non-violent beliefs. One of the greatest political figures in history, Mahatma Gandhi is revered and held in the highest regard in India. As the father of the nation, his legacy will live on forever, inspiring future generations with his words and example. Bapu's struggle in East Eastern Empire India from British tyranny, but he never went.
Okay, thank you. Nice.
Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was born and raised in a Hindu family.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
He was born along in coastal region of Gujarat
No,
in
okay.
western India. He lived in significant portion of his life in London and completed his education there. Even in London, Gandhi acquired a considerable crowd to follow his teachings and promises. A term that he had coined in London while studying law. He was qualified at a tender age of 20. He, he did his first adjunction in the year of June 1891. He did come back to India for 2 years after his education. However, their 2 years were a bit challenging for he remained in his native place of Gujarat and practiced law of he could not secure himself a proper license for several years in India. He could not start a successful practice in the field of law.
But you have to memorize, you have to speak also. Okay, Google ho, anything you have to say. Okay, nice. So tell me, listen, no, no. 4 or 5 lines you have to only say, don't think. Stop.
His father's name was Karamchand and his mother's name was Putli Bara.
And when was the non-corporation movement started? 1920. So you have to say Quit India movement. 1942. Okay, very nice. So you have to memorize because history is also important as well as today is a Gandhi Jayanti. You have to celebrate. So thank you to all of you. No clap, no clap. So in a short, I am just speaking how you have to speak. Just how can you have to explain any topic in given. Just just you have to listen and how I am speaking.
Yes, sir.
So just four or 5 lines and listen. Whenever you give the speech, you have to first of all, and ladies and gentlemen, if girls and many more so person there presented, then you have to start it. Ladies and gentlemen, today good morning to all of you and good morning. Big good morning means first meeting. That means good morning to all of you those are presented. So we are celebrating Gandhi Jayanti because of 2nd October because Gandhi Ji was born on 2nd October 1869. That's why we are celebrating and it is also celebrated non-violence, truth and non-violence because his weapons are truth and non-violence and for his first Satyagha, he was not only leader and also a great freedom fighter and he started many movements as more as you have to say serially, sequentially, chronically that is the non-corporation movement Tolstoy for Assam and his book name and after you have to give the moral. What is a moral? What was the moral? So we have to learn, we have to try to speak truth always. But we know but as our country and anywhere but as a student we have to in education we have to speak truth so and this is a big model and non-violence in these days every time is not non-violence and yeah, one slogan is also Mahabharata it will not take in place because if peace come that means Krishna was playing the bansuri so if playing the bansuri then all the only in the Pandava demanded only one part give me but Duryodhan said, no, I will give no part. That's why Mahabharata took place. That means, what is meaning of it? Meaning that's why fighted. Many more persons, a lot of persons were killed. So every time is not non-violence is created, but from time to time we have to celebrate. Okay, so thank you to all of you on the celebration of Gandhiji. Thank you to all. God bless you, and we celebrate again next year. Okay, thank you to all of you.